is Eskamani. I'm proud to serve House District 42 in the state legislature, which encompasses parts of Central Florida. For those that work in Orlando Health, Florida Hospital, Avid Health, or Nemours, I may very well be your member in the legislature. I first just want to emphasize that I stand before y'all with trans people and trans kids in my district, and so I stand here in honor of them and the dignity of their health and well-being. It is our job as lawmakers and medical providers that I am standing before to keep Floridians safe and to do no harm. I'm very concerned, as I have attended every one of these board meetings, that these proposed rules are going to cause a great deal of harm. This rulemaking process has been politically motivated. We are not here because my constituents called me and asked y'all to do this. We're here because of a request from Department of Health, with actions also by ACA, and most recently Governor DeSantis requesting data from our universities regarding patient information for gender-affirming students. We should not be making policy based on who can do a fundraising email or what Twitter accounts are out there. And so I do stress that we need to focus on the health and well-being of our children, which I hope is the shared interest with all of us. I will add, though, that there are people who have spoken at podiums like this who don't think trans people should exist or do exist. And it's very similar of climate denialism. We know that climate is changing. I'm not going to go to a climate denier to write policy on climate change. And so if you don't think trans people should exist, you should not be writing policy that impacts trans people. Providers already have standards in place. The board must adopt a new standard, as I have stressed before. We have organizations like the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, which does have standards of care. These are sensitive topics and very complicated matters that must be dealt with between that family and their medical providers. And I say providers because there's many doctors, as you'll know, involved in these very unique situations. And I have to also stress that the evidence presented to us by the state has often been assembled by those that oppose gender-affirming care, regardless of if there's research or not. They just don't think gender-affirming care is real. They don't even call it that. They name it something else in an effort to sway the public opinion on it. But if you really want to keep our kids safe, then we would focus our time on the high suicide rates in this society and in this state, which, by the way, as my colleague already mentioned, are considerably higher for our LGBTQ plus kids who do not feel welcome, especially when we're taking away their doctors. The notion that we can't even do research, as someone who's getting her PhD at the University of Central Florida, go Knights, is really frustrating because, again, one of the feedback we keep hearing from everyone here is you need more research. And so at the very least, let's allow there to be the clinical trials so that we have more research and we can save lives. Please do what's right, putting politics aside, let's allow our kids to be kids and access the care that they need and ensure that their family doctors are being able to pursue the health and well-being of everyone. Thank you so much.